Welcome everyone to Tauke Talks. It's a series of sharing session where small but mighty businesses come together to share about their motivation to start their business and they how are their journey throughout entrepreneurship. My name is Cindy and I'll be your host today. This sharing session is brought to you by RYSE, a program that equips young people with entrepreneurship skills and the knowledge to start their own businesses. RYSE is supported by Citi Foundation. We believe that entrepreneurship is not only for the big and high-tech company, but it's also for the small and crucial business such as Ratu Kitchen. During hard times like the MCO, we want to showcase their story and share about their motivation to continue their business and how they manage to navigate through such circumstances. So I'm happy to welcome our guest today, Shuhada from Ratu Kitchen. Welcome.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
Welcome to Tauke Talks, Shuhada. We are very
Thank
honored to
you.
have you here today.
Thank
So
you.
before we
Cindy.
move on to the main sharing session, let's go through the agenda for the entire session today. So first off, we'll have a short welcoming of Shuhada for her to introduce herself and introduce her business. And then we'll move on to the main part of our session today, which is a short sharing session from Shuhada to talk about her business, her inspiration, the challenges she go through in creating her brand. And also, after that, we will go through our Q&A session, which will be answering questions that all of you have registered in and all of you have sent in for Shuhada. And lastly, we'll do a short introduction of RYSE new program, which is RYSE Online, and the closing of our entire Tauke Talks. Okay, without further ado, let's move on. So, Shuhada, can you share a little bit about what is your business and how you started your business?
Okay. First of all, I definitely want to thank you all for inviting me today. So, answering your questions, how did I start the business, right?
Yeah.
Ratu Kitchen is actually my side. It's not my main thing to do. It's actually the original idea is actually to help my mother and my sister to market their baking products. So back during the time when I was still a student, during a university time, I've already keep on thinking about finding solutions in marketing their products. So I know that they have a good products, but marketing is always an issue. So that's how I initiated Ratu Kitchen. Ratu Kitchen
Right.
itself arrived from my idea selling my mom's fruitcakes. Ratu to me is like, the queen, mom is your queen. So that's how I get to Ratu Kitchen. And at the same time, my sister's famous product during that time was a pineapple tart. So both of them are always a partner in crime in the kitchen. And I know nothing about baking, but I was there. I was there, and it's my initiative to market their products. In the early days, before the social media time, I have lots of ideas. Sometimes I go to some cafes, restaurant where we see the potentials in putting our products. But when the social media is become a huge things, then I started to create the brand. We go on a social media platform. So that's how it all started.
Can you share a bit about what Ratu Kitchen is about? Like what the business does, what products do you provide and stuff like that?
Ratu Kitchen is mainly marketing baking products. So like I mentioned earlier, our original product was fruitcake by my mother, and also my sister's pineapple tarts. We've been doing baking and selling the kueh raya since very early days. My sister came from baking school. She went to the vocational school, and she went to culinary art school, so she can produce. so she can produce. And I was in a accounting school. That was my first degree. So and I have lots of friends and families who knows my mom's and my sister's product. So it's actually, Ratu Kitchen is actually another level from our initial from the first initiative in marketing the product. So mainly is a baking product. So at the moment we are focusing on cookies. Most of the time we're selling it during the Hari Raya. That's the major season and time that we normally sell our products. Yep.
All right. So throughout the year, what if, like, let's say I would like to go and buy a box of cookies? Do you guys still provide if like
We
throughout the
have.
year and it's not Raya?
Yeah,
Okay.
we now have it. Last time we don't have it because now the um, customers' behavior changed. We
Right.
can only use to find certain cookies during Hari Raya. For example, that pineapple tart. But now people are selling it throughout the year.
Right.
So yes, my answer is yes. You can buy the cookies that we are selling throughout the year.
So we just, if an interested customer were to want to buy your product, so we just go to your Facebook. Am I right?
Facebook, or you guys can go to our Instagram. The Instagram, we have the WhatsApp link. So when you just click there, we will directly receive your message. So you just say to us whatever that you wish to order.
So it's a pre-order or is it ready-made?
Some products we have it ready-made. Some products you have to pre-order.
Okay.
At the moment that is available throughout the year is one our famous products, that is Semprit Ratu, and the other one is cake. So we have them throughout the year.
Right. Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. Moving on to our next um topic is what inspired this one. You said because you started your business to help your mom
Right.
and your sister to market the product. But what inspired you to really go full on into branding and marketing and starting a business?
Okay, that's a very good question. Given my background, by profession, I'm a photographer. I'm a photographer and I teach photography. So that is like my core things that I do every day. So it's just in my work line and in producing. No, I mean what I'm saying is branding and photography works hand in hand. Also, with that knowledge and awareness, so I created the brand Ratu Kitchen. We created the logo, and then I have to understand why I come up with the Ratu Kitchen, and the name itself need to be very, very close to my heart. I cannot just simply, oh, okay, this is a nice name, I think this is good, but what's the story behind the name? I need to feel very strong about that. So that's actually the inspiration and drive me to have it with brand established. Plus, how I'm thinking about the product and marketing the product is if we set up the right things at the first place, you don't have to think about it later on. So it's okay. We start the basic things now, and it might grow. When it grows, it's just grow with you. It's not that, okay, we have the product, we don't have the brand, and suddenly halfway through, oh, it's time to create a brand. For me, it's just a little bit too late. And during that time, you should focusing more on your production, on the marketing. Your brand is already there. All you have to do is just establish the brand. So
okay. Wow. Okay. So branding first, then only you start with your marketing and really fully selling it.
Yes, few last Friday, I had a webinar conducted about brand story. So I shared how people can create a brand. So brand is actually not about the logo, not about the name of your company or sticker, not about the just the corporate image. Brand is actually what people think about you. Even before you have a logo, before you have a corporate color, brand is what people think about you. So when they've already think about my mom's fruitcake, my sister's pineapple tarts, that's actually a brand. All we have to do is beautify them and put them in a package and make it presentable to people to see the packaging, because you have to remember the competition is very, very high now. If you don't create certain brand, it's very hard for people to notice you. Yeah.
So basically, the brand is what the consumer feel and what the consumer like.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you started so many years ago, what would you say when you first wanted to start branding and starting marketing? What would you say was the biggest challenge for you or the company when you first started?
The biggest challenge, we I never think of the challenge whatsoever during the first time to set it up is okay. I think it comes from me personally. So being a photographer, you have if you want to market yourself, you have to put your work to the public to see. So it is a challenge within me to have a courage to put my photos online. So all sorts of thoughts come to me about people's perspective, the response, what would they think of this and this and this. So I always have that kind of situation that's actually hold me back for quite some times. So when I created Ratu Kitchen, well, people know me personally, of course. When we created Ratu Kitchen, and I have that in mind that we have to put it online. So during that time, I was actually very busy with my photography career. I was during that time when I started Ratu Kitchen, I just finished my diploma. I just built my portfolio, and I was actually focusing to market my photography products and services. And when I want to market Ratu Kitchen, what was in my mind was, what's the photographer's friend will think about me? Why Shuhada is doing another thing, So for the longest time, I will always push the brand, but not putting myself as the person behind the brand. This interview and your poster is actually the very, very first time I'm putting my face and my name associated with Ratu Kitchen. I never do this.
Wow, okay.
Never do this before.
Okay.
But I think it was actually come to me when you guys contacted me. I said, hey, people started to notice Ratu Kitchen. And actually, I also inspired by some of my friends who were doing different things. We were photographers, some of us are makeup artists, and due to the current situation, everyone bringing out whatever their side hustle to the surface and market that product, market that service. So I said, why not? Let's do it. I've been telling my sisters, I said, hey, people started to notice us online. So why don't we ride on it, take advantage of it?
Right.
I think that's the challenge actually. It's not so much about the products, it's not so much about marketing the products, because we have our loyal customers for years. My mom and my sisters, both of them have loyal customers for years. So we don't have issues on marketing the products.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, that's interesting actually. Like you wanting to be the face of the brand, but you had you struggle with wanting to be the face of the brand. I mean all the pictures that is on your Facebook is all taken by you.
Ratu Kitchen's photos.
Yeah. Mm.
Um, for Ratu Kitchen's product, yes. For Ratu Kitchen's product,
Mm.
yes. And but not that the brand that we are an agent. So there are other
Okay.
brands that we are carrying under Ratu Kitchen, under their brand. So we are just an agent and not that photos. But Ratu Kitchen, yes. In fact,
Mm.
um, when my sisters used to bake wedding cakes, so she made
Right.
cakes, and it was her struggle to get a good photos. Again, you cannot run away from not having a good photos, because you want to market
Mm.
your products. You have to talk to people silently using the images and visuals. So
Mm.
I helped her to take the photos. You know, when she finished baking and decorating the wedding cakes, maybe about 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning, she have no energy, and of course she cannot focus in taking photos
Mm.
anymore. So her
Right.
sister here is a photographer. So I mean, like, what am I if I don't help her to do that? So I started to
Right.
take photos of her products.
Mm.
So I take photos of her product. So she already have a good photos of her wedding cakes way before we have a Ratu Kitchen.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. All right. Um, would you say that because you mentioned about agent, would you say getting agents to help promote, was it a struggle in the beginning?
Um, you know, when we set up the Ratu Kitchen, it wasn't
Mm.
our main things for me, for my
Mm.
mom, for my sister. So it was me.
Mm.
I created Ratu Kitchen, um, and it was actually me that I forced my mom to produce the fruitcakes. You know, so
Mm.
maybe because I see the potentials, I see the
Right.
markets. I have friends. You know, I've been working
Mm.
and I know what people want, at least among my
Right.
friends. So I forced my mom to produce the fruitcakes and then I sold it. Okay, but our intention was to do it for fun during Hari Raya.
Uh,
Like our killer product now, that is separate Ratu. When I
mm.
first started to sell that, no, I didn't sell it. I bought, like, during Hari Raya, I bought 10 bottles and I
Right.
give to friends and families. My intention is actually to share that cookies that's very delicious. I love it. And I know, because we know we have loyal customers, people trusted our palate, so with my
Mm.
sisters and my mom, so people trusted our palette. So when we promote, we say, okay, this is a good product. And then we started to sell, because the demand to get the cookies getting more and more every year. So
Mm.
we are just want to have fun during Ramadan, selling kuih raya, and then we're good about that. We just feel so good when people say that, hey, the cookies that you gave us is so good. That was
Mm.
actually what we felt at the first place. That it
Mm.
grows naturally. It grows
Mm.
naturally. Yeah.
Mm. Okay.
So
Wow.
getting the agents also comes naturally. When people see our products, they contacted us. They say, hey, we want to sell the agent. Can we sell this? So
Mm.
it works both ways. It
Right.
works when we plan to expand, we are looking for the agents.
Right.
Initially, when people taste our products is good, they come and they said, hey, we want to be the agent. You know?
Mm.
So it two ways.
Right. So everything for your business comes naturally then?
I think I can say that. I can say that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really nice. Okay. Um, can you share a bit about um any problems that Ratu Kitchen might be facing during MCO? Because you explained about how it has been a high demand ever since the MCO, and then how because of Raya and Ramadan. Can you
Yeah,
share a bit if there's any challenges that you face and how did you overcome those challenges?
yeah. Definitely MCO was very challenging, especially in terms of logistics. You
Right.
know, so the the first phase of the MCO, we have to stay home. We have to stay
Mm.
home, and then we were thinking like, how can we get the supplies? How can the
Right.
supplies be sent to us? How can we
Mm.
go out and get some all the little things, the packaging things, because we used to operate offline in a sense. We
Mm.
go ourselves. I go and pick it up. I go and get the materials. I go and purchase the packaging, everything. So
Mm.
it was when the first phase MCO started. We
Mm.
were like, okay, never mind. We're not sure who's going to buy our cookies this year for Raya. So we were
Right.
anticipating that the sales will drop. It was
Okay.
production that we work with, thinking that the demand will drop because we thought that people will only think about basic needs, basic foods,
Mm. Right.
all the
Mm.
necessities.
Mm.
Cookies are all the comfort foods. It's an options.
Right.
It's a want.
Right.
It's not, you know.
Mm.
So the first, but we just do the normal things, whatever we planned before the MCO started. So we just
Mm.
continue. When we want to go
Mm.
and get the supplies, we go get the supplies. When whatever we need to go to buy, we will plan properly that we have to go here and there. A very
Mm.
limited movement. And then we started to see how other people's operate. Everyone's working with runners, so we can
Mm.
now deliver our cookies to our customers with runners. We just order. If you want to do
Mm.
Lamov, if you want to use Mrs. PD, there's lots of service
Mm.
provider out there. We were like, wow, that's mind blowing. That's mind blowing.
Right.
All this while, we've been ordering food through Foodpanda, through
Okay. Right.
right,
Mm.
but we never think of sending out our products through the runners as well. So when
Right.
other
Mm.
people that started to doing it, we were like, wow, this is definitely another level in
Mm.
offering the service and offering the products to our customers. So
Mm.
we started to do that. We started to call the runners and deliver the products. Within Cloud Valley, we have no issues. Everything's in order.
Mm.
Except that during some peak time the other day, my area was a red zone. So the runners keep on
Mm.
coming in. So we just work and use whatever the sources we have. So that is
Mm.
on logistics. And then when the orders started to get bigger from the motorcycles runner, we get to the runners who are using the car, right? And then
Mm.
so we just move on. But the most challenges is to those clients that we have to deliver outside the state. So we have to do by
Ah.
post. And during that time, the demand for the runners, for the movers, is very high. And as we
Ah.
go closer to Hari Raya, so we really have to work out the things out ourselves. There are runners, there are movers who
Mm.
are full, just like Post Laju, just like some other companies that we are using. They cannot promise
Mm.
that they can send the products in time or
Mm.
for the customers to arrive before Hari Raya. So we just have to use whatever the sources. So everyone within our circles, our groups, we are pulling all the sources. We plan the route. For example, if we're going to the southern, so everyone will say, okay, these are the things to go to the southern. So we share the cost, we share the transportation cost. So we see how everyone's works together during
Mm.
that challenging times. So
Mm.
everyone's learned how to help each other to a different level.
Right.
Yeah, so we share our cost, and then um, it was actually the other way around when we first thought that due to the MCO people will not buy the cookies. It was actually different. It was double
Mm.
and more than that than the previous year's demand, because
Wow.
staying home. Everyone is staying home, and then there are customers that repeating their orders. They said it's not enough, So it was amazing. We were like, it's mind blowing. We didn't expect that at all.
Mm.
So it's a bittersweet experiences actually. It's bittersweet, but it was all amazing.
Wow. Interesting. Oh, triple, double, and triple your original
Yeah.
demand.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And
Yes.
because
Yes. Yes.
everybody's stuck at home, everybody want to eat.
Exactly. Because
Right.
what we see is the blessing is for these MCOs and this whole
Mm.
COVID things is people stay home. They have time for the families, and
Mm.
they want to enjoy the time, um, having good food together. When all this while you were outside spending time and spending good coffee with friends, for example, you don't enjoy
Mm.
that at home. So now everyone's at
Mm.
home, and you want to bring the good food you tasted outside with your
Mm.
family. So that's how we
Mm.
see that. It was just amazing, actually.
Oh, it's interesting. Well, Ratu Kitchen has really become like a comfort brand for all Malaysians out there who want to feel a bit of normalcy during this whole
Yes,
period.
yes, yes, yes. We like to
Wow.
say that. We like to say that.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Wow, that's great. That's good. So if anybody wants some comfort, can just go and order from Ratu's Kitchen.
We'll be very
Um,
happy to deliver to you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Shuhada, because you said that you started off helping your mom in this business at a very young age, would you suggest, or if like someone like let's say your niece or your nephew would like to start a business, would you encourage them? And do you think they should start a business?
Okay, that's very good questions. Well, honestly, all my nieces, well, yeah, I have like 7-year-old niece who love
Mm,
arts, and I've already
mm,
encouraged her to do that. And
mm,
one of my friend, the she have two boys, and when they were still in the kindy, they started to sell the
mm.
mom's cookies.
Wow, okay.
So the kids, when they see what you do, they understand. My
Mm,
3-year-old niece, she understands. She even can say that, okay, mommy's go out, go sell the cookies. She's working,
mm, mm,
So definitely my answer is definitely a yes to that, because you have to encourage that. And when you start to encourage that from the very early age, it will be in their DNA.
right. So now we'll move on to the questions that has been submitted by the audience and
Okay.
give you an opportunity to answer that.
Okay.
Um, One of the question is, how do you maintain your business until now? And what is your marketing strategy to maintain the business?
Okay. That's very good questions. I think every business people will have to think of to answer all these questions,
Mm,
but the answer may be different and unique. So
mm,
to answer the first one, how can I maintain the business until now? Well, I believe the main to maintain the business is actually what I feel is because we just love what we do. We just
mm,
love to serve our customers the good products that we're selling.
mm,
And we are very, very picky. We're very picky and about the products that we're selling, because it
mm,
will falls back under our brand. It will associate with our brand.
mm,
So to maintain that is you have we have to love what we do. We have to love doing
mm,
it. And
right.
every single time, every customer to accept and receive the cookies we sell, we send through runners or buy online or whatsoever, everyone will
Mm,
say, we love your cookies. Our
mm,
children love your cookies. Oh, my mom
mm,
love it. there were actually one when I was first started Ratu Kitchen, we were promoting the fruit cakes. One of my friends, so she ordered the fruit cake for her mom, and then not long after that, she came back. She said, "I I never liked fruit cakes. I never liked fruit cakes, but when I tasted your mom's, I love it." You know, so it's such an inspiration when you hear that feedback.
Right.
That's actually that keeps us alive. That keeps us going. That keeps us going. Okay, so next one is the marketing strategy.
Yeah.
Um, Marketing strategy for us is straightforward. Just like what I explained earlier, this is all by natural. We initially have no idea in bring the business become bigger, you know, because I'm aware of the production capacity. During that time, I'm aware of my mom's capacity, my sister's capacity. So we made to order. I mean, like our loyal customers, oh, they know what to order already. So whatever we produce certain year, maybe for example, the capacity is 70%. So we'll try to make it 100%. If people order only 70%, 30% is what we have in our mind is there might people who want to buy at the last minute, which is always the case, always the case. So when no, we don't have that much or whatever, we know we have certain portions, certain percentage.
Right.
We don't get orders for that yet. So there's always people at the very last minute they will call. They said, "Hey, do you have more kueh raya?" You know. So to me, maintaining the business is no, sorry, the marketing strategy, it comes naturally. First is because we know our products, and we are very confident of that, and then we start to promote. And also most importantly is we have to recognize our existing customers when they keep on coming back to our when they keep on coming back to get the product from us, cookies from us every year. We have the list of our loyal customers. So they will all that we go first. If they forget, when we know, okay, this is the timeline, they should order, we will go and contact them personally.
Oh, wow.
Pretty much a personal touch.
Mm.
They've been with us since before we have the brand, you know?
Wow. Mm. So making them feel like, wow, they actually remember me. Oh, I have to like, it's like, wow.
Yeah,
So it's like
yeah.
a family brand, basically, Ratu Kitchen.
I think so. We don't realize that, you know? We don't realize that until I speak to you right now. Because I never share this to public. It's just between me and my sisters and my late mother among our family. Oh, yeah. But it's just that the friends know um, they can always contact us to get some good cookies, some good kueh raya. Yeah.
There's really not a lot of brands that will go out of their way to like really connect with their loyal customers. So this is like a really good insight into how Ratu Kitchen actually like structure their business around being the best service they can be for their customers, which is really good and really interesting to hear about the brand.
That's nice to hear what you say because I think we just we try our best because that's how actually we started. So we went in the same thing because when people buy the first time and we thought, okay, next year we don't think we want to do lah, you know, something like that. We always have that mindset. Oh, I think next year we just want to focus on a Ramadan. You know, it's puasa, so the energy is not there, and we don't have that big capacity. It's just home based production. You know, but the demand is there, and people started to call, people started to message. They just keep us going. You know, so I think it's just a culture that we didn't realize we started with. Yeah.
Right. Okay, thank you so much for your insight, Shuhada. So everybody, that is Shuhada from Ratu Kitchen sharing about her experience at Tauke Talks, brought to you by RYSE and supported by Citi Foundation. So what really motivated Shuhada was her determination, her passion for photography to help her mom and to really create a brand, and her intensive knowledge about branding to help her persevere in her business. So I hope everybody feel inspired and motivated to continue on with their goal, because through this session, I really feel like I really learned a lot from Shuhada about business, about branding. So if you have any more questions, you can always talk to her if she is okay with it. So if your goal is to start a new business, a small business, or if it's just to learn more about entrepreneurship and business, RYSE is having our new RYSE online program, which is a short program that you can take. It's a free course that you can take between the time of June to October, which really gives you an insight about entrepreneurship and the business industry. So if you're interested, you can go and register on the registration link is on our Facebook page, RYSE Facebook page. So go on over and check it out if you're interested. And also don't forget to sign up for our next Talking Talk session with Carl from Pow Ideas. So Pow Ideas is a creative business that focus out on art. So if you're interested in the creative industry or the artistic industry, go on over, sign up for his course that's happening on 3rd of June, this Wednesday, 3:30 in English. So thank you so much, Shuhada.
You're most
This will be
welcome.
the end of our session. We hope all of us at RYSE wish you all the best in your business and all the best in your future adventures.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
By all means, you guys can contact me through Ratu Kitchen. Our contact is there. So if you have any questions at all, by all means, I'll be very happy to answer. Thank you for thank you
Thank
for
you
your
so
time.
much. Right, everybody, see you at our next Talkie Talks. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye, everyone.